So before we get into this one, hit that subscribe button down below. It means a great amount to me because this year we're trying to hit that big 1,000 subs. Let's get straight into the video. So today's video was going to be a match day vlog as I've just got back from the Spurs game at Elland Road. But I stopped recording. I stopped recording clips after about 15 minutes because we were 2-0 down. And so I just wanted to talk about the general state of Leeds United and where we're at with Bielsa. So for context to this video, if you're unaware of this statistic, this month Leeds United have set the record for the most goals conceded in a calendar month in Premier League history, conceding 20 goals in a calendar month. Now that is horrendous and it's diabolical, and you can see why. I didn't even make a video after the Liverpool game because I was so despondent about it. It was well and truly awful. The way that Matip ran through our entire team, played a very, very simple 1-2, and then was in on goal to lob it over Meslier from close range is dismal and unacceptable in any way. The defending has been horrendous, and you can put this two ways. You can either blame it on the defenders themselves, or you can blame it on Bielsa's man-marking system. I tend to go towards Bielsa's man-marking system for this because although we have seen it work before, we know that Diego Llorente is a very good defender. Pascal Struijk is a Struijk is a very good defender. Robin Koch can be a very good defender as well. They are capable of being very good defenders and putting in very good performances. But they have been abysmal recently. And we know they've got the capability to not be abysmal. So what is it to do with? Well, I think it's to do with Bielsa's man-marking system. I think when you've got a player like Llorente chasing Harry Kane or Mohamed Salah or Sadio Mane or Heung-min Son into their own half and leaving a massive gap in behind them, then you've got serious problems. I don't understand this idea that the man-marking system is so rigid that you can't pass a man on. I get it, everybody's supposed to have their men, everybody's supposed to do their responsibilities, but surely that only goes up to a certain point where you then pass them on to a midfielder and you swap men. So Harry Kane, we know he likes to drop deep, he likes to get the ball and he likes to pass it around because he's very good at passing the ball and creating space and then going forward to go and try and finish off the chances that he's started the moves of. We can't then just chase him into his own half. And we played Spurs earlier in the season. We had Calvin Phillips on Harry Kane, and he did a really good job on him. Obviously, injuries make a difference, so we didn't have Calvin to do that job today. But it wasn't even like we were trying to do the same thing. And then against Liverpool, they walked through us in that first half. They just walked through us. It was embarrassing. You could see that Firpo would come charging out from left back, for example, leaving a massive gap in behind him. Then Luis Diaz, Mane, Salah would run in behind him and just have all that space. Today's game, Matt Doherty had all the time in the world out on that right-hand side. He was effectively playing as a right winger because there wasn't anybody there to help Firpo out, or Firpo wasn't even helping himself out by being in the right position. Positional sense is just something that we seem to not have. We just seem to be all over the place at 6s and 7s and letting in ridiculous amounts of goals. How are we meant to win any games if we concede 3 or 4 goals a game? How are you meant to come back from that? You can't expect our strikers to score that many goals per game. It's ridiculous. And then you look at Norwich, Burnley, they're not getting beat 5-6-0 by these teams. Why can't we play a little bit more defensively? I'm not asking for Bielsa to change his entire philosophy. I'm asking for him to be a little bit more pragmatic in this sense. Now, I'm just an idiot on the internet. To be questioning Marcelo Bielsa, I get it. I don't know anything. But from my football fan's opinion, I'm allowed to have an opinion about the way my own team is playing. Surely we could try and soak up pressure a little bit and play on the counter-attack with speedsters like Dan James, Rafinha, Harrison in our attack. Why can't we try and spring a little bit of a trap, have a bit of a counter-attack? Or if we want to play attacking, why can't we sit in for the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of a game and then try and grow into the game? Because we seem like we're getting caught cold. We seem like we're going hell for leather right at the start of the games, and teams are thinking, right, well, there's a massive gap there, let's just open it up behind them. This idea that we need to man mark so religiously that a player will follow the other player to the toilet at half time is ridiculous to me. Like, it sometimes looks like schoolboy defending. Like, it's embarrassing when bloody Matip can run through your entire team and like it's nothing and score when he's a big gangly centre back. Granted, he's a good centre back, but he's not exactly a world beater on the ball. He's not a dribbler and an attacker. He's a centre back, a big hulking centre back, and to be getting beat like that is embarrassing. So this comes on to the point of, after this game, there's been a lot of talk about whether Bielsa's going to go. Now, if he's gone by this point, I'll make another video on this. But at the moment, I do not want him to go. The fact that he's gotten us this far, he has enough credit in the bank to be given till the end of the season. And we have been playing against Tottenham, against Man United and against Liverpool, who are all in the top sort of 6 or 7 teams in the country. So, yes, you take it with a pinch of salt. We are playing against some of the best teams. But crunch time is these next few games where we've got Aston Villa, we've got Norwich, I think we've got Leicester and somebody else as well. We've got games that we can win. If we come out of these games with no points, we could well be in the relegation zone. We could be in serious danger of going down. So we have to see what happens on the other side of these games coming up, really. We have to see whether he can get us through it. I think changing coach right now would be moronic. I think it would be ridiculous. I think if you brought in a coach now who's going to try and make us play a little bit more defensively, a bit more pragmatically, how is he going to get his ideas across, and how's he going to get his formations and his ways of playing, his patterns of play across in such a short amount of time, given that there's only 12, I think, games of the season left, 12 or 13 games of the season left? You need a pre-season, basically. And so if Bielsa goes in the summer and we get a new manager in then fair enough in terms of trying to get us to move forward. Let's ignore the emotional attachment we have to Bielsa. If there was a new manager to come in the summer, they then get time, they then get a whole pre-season to get their ideas and patterns of play across to these players. If you bring in a new manager now, how the hell are they going to have any time to get that across when we've got games midweek, weekend? So we stick with Bielsa for now, I hope. Obviously, at some point, we will find out whether he's staying or going. But I think we stick with Bielsa and we give him that chance to make things right. I think with potentially Cooper and Calvin coming back at the start of March, that strengthens us greatly, but we still don't have an out-and-out goal scorer. So I think we do need to invest in a goal scorer in the summer. We need to invest in a couple of midfielders and a goal scorer, and I think we might be okay next season, provided we stay up. So those are my thoughts at the moment. I don't want Bielsa to leave. I want him to be given these next few games, well, to the end of the season, really, to see if he can turn this around with the players that he's got. The players believe in him, and I hope they still believe in him. But I think, judging at Elland Road today, some of the fans have started to lose patience, and there is only so many defeats of this nature that you can take on the chin before you say, like, come on, this club is actually embarrassing us as fans by losing 4-0, 5-1, 6-0, 7-0, all in the same season. A couple of 3-0s in there as well. Like, it's actually embarrassing, and something needs to change. But I don't think it's Bielsa. I think we need to get a win under our belt and get a bit of confidence behind us going into these next few games, and then we can see where that takes us. That's going to be it for this one. It's been a depressing day, a depressing week, a depressing month, a depressing season. We'll go as far as to say. I'll be back next time with another video about Leeds United, and hopefully it's not that Bielsa's gone, but I can't even speak. Everything's going wrong. Hopefully it's that we have won a game. So yeah, thanks for watching this one. Like the video if you liked it. See you next time.